In the glittering heart of Los Angeles, where the palm trees sway under the perpetual glow of Hollywood spotlight, the premiere of the highly anticipated film Sentimental Value unfolded like a scene straight out of a silver screen romance. The event, held at the iconic Egyptian theater, drew a constellation of stars, but it was the radiant duo of Elle Fanning and Renate Reinsve who commanded the evening's narrative. As the velvet ropes parted and flashbulbs erupted in a symphony of light, these two actresses, each a force in her own right, stepped onto the red carpet arm in arm, their presence a testament to the film's themes of connection, nostalgia, and the tender vulnerabilities that bind us all. Elle Fanning, the ethereal 27-year-old whose career has blossomed from child prodigy to indie darling, arrived in a gown that seemed woven from moonlight itself, a delicate, off-the-shoulder confection in pale ivory silk by Elle Fanning, adorned with subtle crystal embroidery that caught the light like distant stars. Her blonde waves cascaded softly over one shoulder, and her makeup was a masterclass in understated elegance. A touch of rose on the lips, a whisper of shimmer on the lids, emphasizing her wide, expressive blue eyes that have long been her signature. Fanning, known for her roles in films like The Neon Demon and Maleficent, has always carried an air of quiet intensity, a blend of fragility and steel that makes her performances so profoundly affecting. Tonight, however, she exuded a joyful lightness, her laughter ringing out as she posed for photographers, her hand occasionally brushing against Reinsve's in a gesture of easy camaraderie. Renate Reinsve, the Norwegian actress whose star rose meteorically with Joachim Trier's The Worst Person in the World, complemented Fanning's luminescence with her own brand of Nordic cool. At 38, Reinsve brought a sophisticated edge to the carpet, slipping into a sleek, emerald green column dress by the row that hugged her lithe frame like a second skin. The gown's high neckline and subtle asymmetry spoke to her minimalist aesthetic, while her dark hair was pulled into a low chignon, allowing diamond studs to gleam against her porcelain skin. Reinsve's eyes, sharp and knowing, scanned the crowd with a mix of amusement and poise, her slight smile hinting at the depths she brings to every role. Fresh off acclaim for her work in Armageddon Time and the upcoming Handling the Undead, Reinsve represents a new wave of international talent gracing Hollywood stages, her ability to convey emotional nuance in a glance making her the perfect foil to Fanning's more overt expressiveness. The film's Sentimental Value, directed by the visionary Alice Wu, known for her poignant exploration of queer Asian American stories in the half of it, promises to be a poignant addition to the indie drama landscape. Set against the backdrop of a crumbling seaside town in the Pacific Northwest, the story follows two women in their late 20s and early 40s, respectively, who cross paths during a weekend art retreat. What begins as a chance encounter evolves into a profound excavation of lost dreams, fractured relationships, and the sentimental artifacts we cling to in order to make sense of our pasts. Fanning plays Lila, a former painter-turned-corporate drone, haunted by the abrupt end of her engagement and the canvases she abandoned years ago. Reinsve embodies Nora, a seasoned photographer grappling with the emptiness left by her mother's recent death and the nomadic life that has left her unmoored. Their chemistry, as glimpsed in the trailer, crackles with unspoken longing, a slow-burn connection that unfolds through shared silences, rainy walks along fog-shrouded beaches, and late-night confessions over thrift store finds. As the pair made their way down the carpet, they paused frequently to chat with reporters, their responses laced with the warmth of collaborators who have clearly bonded over the project's intimacy. Working on Sentimental Value felt like therapy in the best way, Fanning shared, her voice soft but steady. Alice has this incredible gift for capturing those quiet moments that define us, the ones we replay in our heads at 3 a.m. Elle and I spent hours just talking about our own sentimental values, the little things we hold on to. It was liberating. Reinsve nodded, adding with her characteristic dry wit, yes, and exhausting. Elle's optimism is contagious, but it made me confront my own cynicism. Nora's journey mirrors parts of my life, moving between countries, chasing light in photographs while wondering if I'm capturing anything real. This film asks what we're willing to salvage from our wreckage. The premiere buzz extended beyond the stars, with whispers of Oscar contention already swirling. Critics who caught early screenings praised the screenplay's lyrical prose, co-written by Wu and novelist Celeste Ng, whose Little Fires Everywhere adaptation had long been a fan favorite. The score, composed by the indie folk ensemble Big Thief's Adrienne Lenker, weaves haunting acoustic melodies that underscore the film's emotional core, evoking the ache of memory like a half-forgotten lullaby. Production designer Hannah Beachler, fresh from Black Panther, transformed the retreat's setting into a character unto itself. Weathered cabins draped in ivy, a lighthouse battered by storms, and an attic studio brimming with yellowed letters and faded Polaroids. These elements aren't mere backdrop. They propel the narrative, forcing Lila and Nora to confront the relics of lives unlived. Inside the theater, the audience, a mix of industry insiders, Fanning's sister Dakota, who arrived in a chic black pantsuit, her presence a subtle nod to familial support, and Reinsve's partner, director Joachim Trier, settled into velvet seats as the lights dimmed. The film's opening sequence, a montage of ocean waves crashing against jagged rocks intercut with close-ups of hands sifting through old photo albums, set an immediate tone of introspective melancholy. Fanning's Lila arrives first, her face a mask of polite exhaustion as she unpacks in a room that smells of salt and regret. Reinsve's Nora follows, her entrance marked by the click of her camera shutter, each snap a small act of defiance against oblivion. As the story progresses, their interactions build with exquisite restraint. A shared meal in the communal dining hall turns into a debate over the merits of digital versus analog art, revealing Lila's fear of impermanence and Nora's weary acceptance of it. A midnight hike to the lighthouse culminates in a scene of raw vulnerability. Nora admits to forging a letter from her mother, a desperate bid to rewrite grief, while Lila confesses to burning her ex-fiancé's love letters in a fit of rage. These moments, played with unflinching honesty, elevate the film beyond typical character study into something profoundly human. Supporting turns from the likes of Hong Chow as the retreat's enigmatic host and Taylor Russell as Lila's estranged best friend add layers of complexity, their performances underscoring themes of chosen family and the redemptive power of art.